By late 2025, over 2.2 million vehicles had already been repossessed, with some projections climbing toward 3 million by year's end, a rate not seen since the Great Recession.
It's $100,000 now. So he's not going to buy the truck. It's going to sit on my lot at the higher interest rates we're paying right now for floor plan, and nobody's going to buy the truck.
This isn't just a market dip, it's a financial implosion. Your car's value has fallen off a cliff, and it's because the chaotic 2026 market is a perfect storm. For years you were told your car was an asset. Its value was climbing. You might have even made money on your trade-in. That world is over. In this analysis, we'll break down how a massive oversupply, the collapse of EV hype, and crushing economic pressures have conspired to make your vehicle practically worthless overnight. Catalyst 1. The Great Inventory Glut, a crisis of too much, too soon. The first horseman of this automotive apocalypse is something that was unthinkable just a few years ago. A massive, crippling oversupply. Remember the empty dealer lots of the early 2020s? That famine has turned into a flood. Dealers are drowning in inventory, and it's sinking your car's value. Here's how deep the problem runs. As we enter 2026, a huge number of brand new 2026 models are already sitting on lots, making up almost half of all new vehicles for sale. This early arrival forces dealers into a state of panic. They have to get rid of the leftover 2024 and 2025 models now gathering dust. The only way to do that? Aggressive, desperate discounts that crater the value of those older new cars, and by extension, your slightly older used one. This pain trickles right down to the used car market. With new cars being sold at a discount, dealers have lost their appetite for your trade-in. Why would they pay top dollar for your 2023 model when they can't even sell a brand new 2025 without losing money? They won't. The wholesale market, the dealer's traditional safety net, has been completely severed. Just look at the Mannheim Used Vehicle Value Index, the gold standard for wholesale prices. After a period of decline, it has seen some recent monthly increases, but remains volatile and far below its peak. When auction prices are this unpredictable, dealers can no longer flip their excess inventory to break even. They're forced to absorb losses, making them even more hesitant to acquire new inventory, especially your trade-in. The bottom has fallen out, and anyone trying to sell a used vehicle is in free fall with it. Catalyst 2. The EV Bloodbath, when hype hits a brick wall. The second, and maybe the most dramatic factor in this perfect storm, is the spectacular collapse of the EV hype bubble. For years we were sold a story. EVs were the future, they held their value, and getting in early was a surefire investment. That story has been exposed as a fantasy, built not on real consumer demand, but on a foundation of government subsidies that has been yanked away. The turning point was the expiration of major federal tax credits in 2025. The moment that free money disappeared, the market hit a brick wall. Analysts at S&P Global Mobility now forecast that overall US auto sales will fall by 2.5% in 2026, with the EV slowdown being a primary driver. After a surge before the tax credit expired, the BEV market share saw a significant decline. What this recalibration reveals is that a huge portion of EV demand wasn't from genuine buyers. It was from shoppers chasing a government handout. The result is a bloodbath for resale values. A study from IC Cars found that EVs depreciate significantly faster than gasoline cars. Models that were once darlings of the market are now anchors on their owners' finances. The Nissan Leaf, an early pioneer, can lose nearly 2/3 of its value in 5 years. Even premium models like the Porsche Taycan and Tesla Model S have seen dramatic drops in value. Automakers are now in a full-blown panic, piling on rebates and special financing just to move the metal. They are discovering a painful truth. They were building cars for policy deadlines, not for organic demand. For anyone who bought an EV in the last few years, the dream of it being a solid financial asset is dead. Instead, they're left holding one of the fastest depreciating assets in the modern economy. If you're getting value from this deep dive analysis, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The market is changing faster than ever, and we're committed to breaking down what it means for you and your wallet. Your support helps us keep creating this content. Catalyst 3. The squeeze. Crippling prices and crushing debt. The final piece of this perfect storm is the great affordability squeeze. This is where the macroeconomic chaos hits your household budget with the force of a wrecking ball. It's a painful paradox. Even as your used car's value plummets, the cost of replacing it has become impossibly high. Let's start with sticker shock. In late 2025, the average price for a new car was hovering just under the $50,000 threshold. Cox Automotive has noted this affordability crunch is a main constraint on the market heading into 2026. This has created a K-shaped divide, where high-income buyers can still afford new vehicles, but a huge portion of the population is priced out. This is where the debt crisis comes in. For those who bought cars during the price bubble, the consequences are brutal. In late 2025, reports from Edmunds showed that over a quarter of trade-ins for new cars had negative equity, meaning the owner owed more than the vehicle was worth. The average amount of this underwater debt hit a record high of nearly $7,000. This leads us back to the grim statistics on defaults and repossessions. Delinquency rates for subprime auto loans have hit their highest levels in decades, surpassing those seen during the Great Financial Crisis. And it gets worse. According to Edmunds, a record-breaking share of new car buyers, nearly 1 in 5, now has a monthly payment of over $1,000. This combination of unaffordable new cars and crippling debt has led to what some are calling car buying fatigue. Consumers are exhausted, tapped out, and unable to make a move. They can't afford to buy new, and they can't afford to sell the car they have because they're underwater on the loan. They are trapped. This widespread paralysis freezes the market, ensuring the inventory glut continues, used car values stay depressed, and your car's value remains on the floor. So, if you're staring at your car's valuation and feeling a sense of dread, know this: you're not alone, and it's not your fault. Your vehicle's value wasn't just dropped, it was pushed off a cliff by 3 powerful market forces hitting all at once. First, a massive oversupply of new cars flooded dealer lots, forcing desperate discounts that eroded the value of everything else on the road. Second, the subsidy-fueled EV hype machine ran out of gas, leaving a trail of catastrophically depreciating electric cars and resetting an entire segment of the market. And finally, an unprecedented affordability crisis, marked by sky-high new car prices and a crippling negative equity crisis, has frozen buyers in their tracks, destroying demand. This isn't a normal market cycle, it's a fundamental breakdown. The good news for buyers, if there is any, is that an influx of off-lease vehicles might bring some more affordable options back to the market in 2026. But for current owners, this only adds more downward pressure. The market has been reset, and the days of your car being a high-value asset are, for the foreseeable future, over. What are you seeing in your local market? Are dealers slashing prices? Are you trapped by negative equity? Share your story in the comments below. This is a conversation we all need to be having. And if you found this analysis helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the chaotic world of the auto market. Stay informed and stay safe out there.